My good buddy Joe Avati has finally come back to Toronto. How are you?
Good, man.
You know, there was a time period where, you know, this was your second home. We were your adopted son. We gave you a key to the city, and then you disappeared. You abandoned us, but you have come back now.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you coming back.
It's been 4.5 years
Yeah.
since I was here last, and you know, I was doing a lot of projects in Australia, and you know, the last time I came here was 3 years earlier, and everyone kept on saying, "Oh, weren't you just here last year?" And so I thought, I've got to give it a little bit more time. So we've left it almost 5 years, and which has given me a lot of time to develop new material, become a better comic, and look at the show in a different way.
Is that kind of like an experience with a woman? Sometimes you have to go away so that they miss you, and then, you know, you hug and get back together and reconcile, right?
That's a good way of putting it.
So we're reconciling here. Joe has come back here, and I don't think that there's ever been, I don't want to say a day, but maybe a week or a month that somebody doesn't say, where's Joe Avati? Is he coming back to Toronto? So you're doing a whole bunch of shows in Southern Ontario. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Basically, we start in October 19th in Brampton, and we go through all the way through Mississauga, Brampton, Living Arts Centre, and Toronto Centre for the Arts, Hamilton Place, which will be a big one, and then we do Guelph, Oshawa, Ottawa. So it's a big tour, and then we've already done Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton.
So this is a cross-country thing, and you're calling the tour Back to Basics, so tell me about that.
Well, I'm calling it Back to Basics, Tony, because the last few shows that we've done, we've been ensemble shows in Australia. The last show we did here was a Joe Avati and Friends. So this is Back to Basics. This is me on stage doing what I became famous for doing, which is talking about my family. You see a lot more of me on stage, and that's why. It's just back to the roots, back to what it really was.
You know, some people say that you're a comic genius. They'll say he's amazing, he's so funny. How does that make you feel when people compliment you like that? They call you the Italian Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't buy on that sort of stuff so much. You know what I mean? You know what really makes me sort of work a lot harder is when people say, "Oh, you know, I was going through chemo, or I went through a car accident and I was bedridden, and you know your material helped me get through that." That's the kind of stuff that really makes me keep on going. But those other things are nice.
That's absolutely for sure. I mean, like, laughter is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
So they say that cooking is great and laughter is great. So is that the secret to your happiness? Because you love to cook, you love food like me, and you're always making people smile. And at the end of the day, what you just said right now, just it hits home.
Yeah, you know what? It releases endorphins as well. You know, if you want to look at it in a chemical sense.
All about the endorphins.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm always laughing and I'm always looking at things in a very positive way. And I think that it's, you know, if you can do that, you know, it's a great way to live your life.
Are you still single?
I am.
You're approaching the 40th birthday. I mean, you got a couple of years still, but you know, aren't you getting any heat from Nonna and Nono and your parents to get out of the house? You can't stay after 40, right? There has to be an age that you got to get out of the house.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, who knows? Maybe I'll meet someone here, Tony. I don't know. But, I'm 38 and I'm still single. I've been single for almost 5 years now. It's just hard when you're on the road. But my Nonna now, only in the last about year and a half, she started with the, you know, listen, you know, have you found anyone? Is there any news? That's the first thing she says when I see her.
Didn't that start at 15 though?
No. The first thing
you're almost 16. We got to get you out of the house.
She used to say "manjasti" all the time, right? And now that stopped, and now she goes, so any news?
Any news about something in your life?
Yeah,
you know?
I go, no, there's no news. And the funny thing was, she actually said to me, listen, you know, you better hurry up. You're not getting any younger. I mean, obviously doesn't speak English like that, but I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
But the funniest thing was, she said, if you don't get married soon, you're not going to find a girl like you want one. Like, no, they come off, you know, on the shelf. You know, women that come on the shelf these days, you can just go and get one like you want it. You know, it's just amazing.
Just pick one out, right?
Just pick one, whichever way you want. And it's amazing how, you know, here we are in this society, but according to her, it's still the old way.
What would be the ideal woman for Joe Avati?
Look, I think it would have to make me laugh, because once you finish making the world laugh, I want someone to make me laugh.
Absolutely.
And I love a very independent woman. So because, you know, I have a very independent life. So
where can people apply? On Twitter?
Yeah,
on
Twitter.
Facebook. Yeah,
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter.
I see you got an iPhone, so you got the Instagram going. Are you socially interactive these days?
I do a lot of twittering. Twitter backstage just before we're about to go on.
Yeah.
We've got another Twitter account called Avati Tour, where some of the crew is twittering as well, because, you know, a lot of people want to see that and we want to know that kind of stuff. So we take photos backstage, and I'm going to be doing. We've actually got a Twitter competition, Tony, because you know I love cooking.
Sure.
So if anyone actually
and I love to eat, so maybe you can cook for me.
Well, we should do it together.
For sure. Yeah.
This is my idea. I'm going to get someone to tweet me and to tell me in 140 characters or less why I should come and cook for their family.
Where's my BlackBerry? I'm gonna get my BlackBerry and start tweeting here.
And if they can tell me great reasons why, at the end of the tour, I've got a couple of weeks off at the end of my tour, and I'll be here. I'm going to cook for 10 of their friends or their family at their house.
Make that 11, because I'll be coming over.
Well, you should come over.
Have you gotten any invites to any cantinas here in Canada yet?
I did. You know,
you gotta love the Canadian cantina. You know, especially like my parents. They come from the homeland in Calabria, and I just got back there from August. But you know, it's not just vino in there. There's lots of stuff in there.
There's super santa, there's cheeses, there's smelly cheeses.
I feel bad that we didn't cater the food as you walk in here, right? So, are you missing the Vegemite sandwiches, or you think you're gonna eat well while you're in Toronto?
I love Vegemite sandwiches.
Yeah.
Actually, I just did this clip with I don't know if you saw the Nonna Maria puppet. There's a puppet that's pretty popular online. It's called Nonna Maria and Friends, and so I've actually called her from Australia, and we talk about Vegemite. And you can go on YouTube and see it, and we talk about, and it's Nonna's Cantina and also the Vegemite. So everything that we just talked about.
When it comes to family, is it difficult saying goodbye? Yeah, you know, like how many hours does it take you? Because you know, while I was in Italy, just to go to the beach, it took me at least 2 hours. You know?
Yeah, I'm lucky where our family's quite small, so you know. But it's interesting when you do say you go to telling someone you go to Italy. You know, the first thing they do, can you take this present for me? Can you take this present? So I got stuck in this situation.
Conjured up memories for me. This just happened to me. It's like, take this, and you try to remember everything. I'm writing down to
right. Who do you give it to?
This is Zio, this is Zia. Yeah.
So this lady, this Kumari from Sydney, Australia, gives me this gift. I give it to this lady in Italy. She unwraps it, and it wasn't a fluffy koala or a kangaroo, not even a set of boomerangs. No, the Italian lady from Sydney, Australia, gives me to give to the Italian lady in Italy a box of Baci chocolates, Tony. That's where they come from. What's wrong with these people?
And they give you the Baci to bring it.
Right, yeah.
Did you send any Vegemite over there?
No.
How would an Italian react? If you go to Calabria, if you go to the homeland, the old country, how would they react if you brought that?
Vegemite? Well, I've done it, and I told them it's Australian Nutella. It's nothing like it.
Do they spit it out?
Well, yeah, they do. It's nothing like it.
It's an acquired taste. I actually like it. You put a little butter.
Like
yeah, I have. I had some Australian friends that have brought it, and you know, you put a little butter, or maybe just mix it in with Nutella, and it tastes all right.
I love it. I actually like Vegemite. You know, on a nice piece of toast, and like you said, butter and bread. Yeah, it's fantastic. But if whoever wins the competition, I won't be cooking. I won't be bringing the Vegemite.
No. Oh, I'm looking forward to this cooking competition. Can they get more info on your website, on Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook, Twitter. You know, we're all on all the social media these days.
Yeah. Anything new coming out as far as CDs or DVDs of this show? Maybe back to basics, because you have recorded stuff that has you know, in Montreal. You did the Live in Canada show. Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, no. We've got a brand new CD. We've got a brand new DVD. We've got a brand new couple of new T-shirts in the clothing line, which are really, really funny. Yeah, we've got, like, you know, the Von Dutch brand. Well, ours is called Non-Such. So that's a good seller. Yeah, no, look, the show's new. There's a lot of new material. A lot of people ask me, but you know, is it going to be the same old stuff? Well, no, it's not going to be the same.
I think you have to find a happy balance, because people want some of the classics, like some of the Nonna and Nonna bits, and you know, the wedding speeches that you've done in the past, the baby names. But then you have to bring something new to
That's
it,
right, absolutely. You know, look, there is probably about 15 minutes of old stuff in there, I've got to say, because people want to hear that stuff, but there's a lot of new stuff. And the other thing that we're doing, Tony, which we've never done before in Canada, is that we finish the show in a massive finale, and I bring out the other guys who are opening up for me, and we all sing for about 20 minutes together. Funny songs.
Okay,
funny,
yeah.
Right? But they're all
who's on tour with you? Is Freddie Proya there this time?
Yeah, Freddie Proya is hosting, and Mr. Guido Grasso, who's right here.
Behind the scenes. What up, Guido?
He's one of the funniest guys I've ever met.
Okay.
And I thought, you got to come on tour with me. And he's one of my best mates, so we have a great time. And he's a funny. When you see him, he's a funny guy. I mean, he was on the last tour as well, and so we've all got new material. And I made sure that everyone has to have new material. You know, and it's look, we've already done a couple of shows, and it's been received really well. And some people think it's the best show so far, which is a great thing. As a producer, you want to be able to produce better and better shows. So,
are you still doing the investigative food show that you had going on?
No, that went for a season, which was really, really good. You know, food is such a big thing now. The chefs of today are becoming rock stars.
If you were doing, you know, this comedy thing hadn't blown up for you, is that the area that you would be in?
Well, that's what I was. I was a food scientist, and so that's where I was going.
I think maybe I should get into that too. I love my food. Yeah.
It's good, isn't it? We're gonna have to go to have a nice restaurant.
I've known all my life it was either going to be a hockey player or it was going to be a radio announcer. I didn't have the face for television. Just a perfect face for radio. But for you, when did you know that you were going to be a comedian? Is it something that maybe you wanted to be an artist or a musician, or was the comedy thing in you all along?
No, I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to be George Michael, but the straight version. But
you didn't have the hair.
No, I didn't have the hair. I didn't have the voice. So I went to uni. I sort of gave it up, and then I started pursuing comedy, and I thought, you know what, this is it. This is my vehicle to fame. This is what's going to get me. I want to be a rock star of comedy, and that's what I put my mind to, and it kind of happened in a way, I suppose, when you look at the crowds and the media and all that kind of stuff.
Well, you're definitely a rock star here in Canada, if not parts of the States and the UK and your homeland of Australia. So you're well known, and yet you're not well known. Yeah, in a certain respect. You understand what I'm saying?
And I actually like it like that because. You can still go out and have a little bit of anonymity with your life, So that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. The good thing is the shows sell out, which is great. But we can sort of walk the street and not have Although Toronto, Montreal is a bit
you're definitely a household name here. Yeah,
it's a little bit different here. But in the UK. In some parts of America, I can walk freely, which is great.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was sitting here in this lobby here at Z1035 a couple of days ago, and I was talking to some of the staff members, and I mentioned Napster, and they're like, Napster, what's that? They had no idea. And you used to call it Napstar. You know, said Napstar with your Australian accent, but it's funny that, that generation, maybe those people were 10, 15, they didn't know what that was. But Napster, which was a music file sharing program, the music industry, wanted to get rid of it because it was ripping off the industry. Other stuff is developed now, but that thing, which was illegal at the time, helped you to become famous.
Absolutely, and I used it as a tool because I thought, how am I going to get my comedy into the lounge rooms of other parts of the world? And it literally took 6 weeks to go from being not known here in Canada to being a household name.
Because everybody was burning your CDs.
Yeah, they were burning the CDs. And the
Bruchasti, as you used
to say. That's right, Bruchal.
And you got my dad on a computer. My dad didn't even know how to, open a computer. He didn't even know what it was. And it's like, I've got to get this Joe Avati CD. How are we going to brush out this CD so I can listen to it? You know what I mean? So you started something. This should maybe be in the Guinness Book of World Records of getting the Italians onto the computer scene.
I know. Because they're on Facebook now. My parents should not be on Facebook. Right?
Faccia Libra?
Faccia Libra, that's right. My mum's on Facebook because it causes jealousy, right?
Yeah.
Facebook causes problems for people, but for the Calabres, it causes jealousy, right? Because my mum will go, every time com Mare Maria, she writes something, com Mare Teresa put a like. But when I write it, she never put a like, So she gets upset.
It's a like, she wants to like, hit the like.
It, yeah. And, or they just got a picture of some Italian guy going, and they're on we're on texting as well. Yep. My dad's on texting, but instead of writing LOL, he writes MPS Mibishay Sultan.
That's funny. That's it. You talk about jealousy. I see some jealousy even amongst your own fans. Here we're getting shows in Toronto, but I see people in New York on some of these blogs. It's like, we've got more Italians, we've got better Italians. Come to New York, but they don't know the strong community that we have here. I mean, outside of Italy, it's more Italians per capita than any other area.
Well, look, Tony, I'm lucky that I can travel to about 60 to 70 different cities and do my show, and I've got to say there's nothing like Toronto. I've never seen anything like it in terms of the number of Italians, how strong they are, and how close they are.
Yeah, and a lot of Juve fans too. So you got my Juventus shirt on. Got the Armani watch on. I got the Dolce & Gabbana. It's all Italian. It's all Italian.
It's all Italian.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the shows, and I'm looking forward to you cooking as well. So we're going to continue to follow this. Hit us up again. What's your Twitter account?
Well, my handle is at Joe Avati.
Yeah. And you're on Facebook, so you just hit that and hit the like button, right?
Hit the like button. That's it. I think the personal one has been used because you only allowed 5,000. Yeah. So that went a long time ago. Yeah. But there's a fan page and there's a Joe Avati comedian page, and
So that's it. All right, we'll be able to find them, and also all the information is on the main site at joeavati.com, right?
Yeah, all the dates are on there.
All right, looking forward to the shows. I'm going to be hosting a couple of them here in Toronto. Wow. I believe it's the November 9th and 10th shows.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, but get all the information online at joeavati.com, plus on our website at z1035.com. Thanks for checking out the interview. Tony Monaco, Joe Avati.
Thanks, Tony.